what is your name for?
Benedict Green for this.
Benedict
Like
Green.
we just go with our normal names at this level. Yeah.
So how long have you been jousting for?
I reckon it's about 15 years.
15
But
years.
COVID took 3 really good years out of
3
me.
years we did, yeah, that's it. I think I met you just before COVID.
Yeah.
It was literally a year after it came.
My current arm has sat there for 3 years. Like, I had these lovely new arms made in Ukraine, and then I got that beautiful break from Ash, and it just sat there on a mannequin for 3 years.
Alan, what is, do you ever do any other warms like it's HEMA or Boho?
I used to do quite a lot of HEMA, and then children got in the way. But a lot of longsword basically, and then a little bit of pole axe, but mostly Talhofer really.
That's fantastic. Do you like the Italian and German?
I prefer the German one. I think that's just the prejudice of my initial instructor on the sort of the more aggressive German style over the more defensive Italian style. So that's purely his prejudice passed down the line. I haven't tried enough Biore to have a sense that it's not as good, but it's Italian, so it can't be.
Have you? How long did it take you to learn the horse riding? Because that's a massive part.
I went from not having ridden to jousting in 3 years. I suspect if you had more time and potentially your own horse or more access to a horse, I think you could do it quicker. But the riding's more important essentially than anything else. And I got a background of hockey and athletics, so the hand-eye coordination wasn't an issue. It was just the balance on horse, and then getting used to when you can't see anything below your nose, which obviously changes it again.
Just a little bit.
The worst thing is the gloves. Like you lose your sense of feel. Like it's weird that I feel like my glove hand on the reins is my point of security, and feeling that I know my reins are balanced. I know that I've got a good hold of the horse without having too much. You worry about having too much because that ignoring the horse's welfare, which obviously it's not great to pull a horse in. But if you've got too much, your horse half halts all the way down, and then you're like, it's basically like stalling a car. It's like stop, start, stop, start, because you're giving the horse mixed messages. So you need enough relaxed hand for them to go smoothly. But when you're starting out, you want enough contact to know that you feel in control. Whereas nowadays, it's just like bury your hand and rely on the horse and your seat pulling it up at the end, and that's great. But yeah, early on, it was that confidence that the horse was going to listen.
That's brilliant. So did you do anything else before you started learning horse riding? Did you do like, you did HEMA, did you do Olympic fencing as well? Or what got you into this to start with?
Stick fights with my brothers as a toddler. Like, I mean, literally, my whole childhood was medieval history and castles and cathedrals. And then around 10, you kind of give up on the whole idea and go, well, that's not a proper career, right? And obviously, I'm 50, so there wasn't the internet, so there wasn't that means of bringing a fairly dispersed community together to realise there are opportunities. And then at about 30, I just was at one of these festivals, and I went, if I don't buy that armour now while I'm single, I will never have an armour. So I bought an armour before I joined a reenactment group, before I'd done any HEMA, or I'd done anything. I'm having a suit of armour. I got a medieval history degree by that point. The medieval period was always what I wanted. And it went from being an armour I could wear and was accurate but light, to a parent at school said, I'll teach you how to ride. We've got a spare horse that needs riding, come up.
Fantastic.
And you go, yeah, that's lovely, and you think it'll never happen. And then he just hounded me till I went up. They were amazing. And so suddenly I was learning to ride and had a suit of armour. Well, surely that was harness armour. I should contact a jousting. Got in touch with Destria. They put me in touch with a trainer who trained their horses. And then I say within 3 years, I'd gone from not having ridden, no suit of armour, no reenactment experience, to jousting I think my first joust was Headingham Castle. It was just like this enormous curve of like, oh, wow, that's happening. And it's living a childhood dream, right? That the 4-year-old me wanted nothing more than to joust. And initially it was like, oh, maybe I could joust, and then it's sort of just escalated. And now it's like when I don't win, I'm starting to get really, do you know what I mean? Like you miss a point and you're like, Argh! So yeah. And then last year the Armouries were kind enough to invite me to go to Australia with them.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, it's been a steep curve and an amazing experience.
That's fantastic. Well, you're one of the people who actually encouraged me from that first conversation to go into longsword and start doing it. And this is like the angle I'm going, but I'm more thinking of